Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen. Happy Monday. It is the Monday edition of Today in Sports Betting. This is part two. This is the MLB. This is the part where Scott and I sit down and give you our best picks and plays, and all you have to do in return is listen to us bitch about our bad beats from the day before. Not a bad trade-off, if you ask me. And who better to bring in than my partner in bad beats? It is the one, the only. It is Scott Reichel. Happy baseball betting, Scott. How you doing?
How about those Padres? Am I right, people?
How about those Padres? Good grief.
Well, they have 9 walks.
10 walks, Scotty. 10 walks and 1 for 10 risk with their runners in scoring position. An outstanding day by the Padres as they fall 1 run short of the team total of 4.5 that we were looking for. Robbie Ray, he did his Robbie Ray thing, Scott. He walked 6.
Yeah, he walked 6 and 5.
Walked 6 in 5 innings, hit a batter just for grins.
And he had a no-hitter.
How many hits did he give up?
0. He had an ERA of over 10. And San Diego couldn't do anything.
You know what? And if you look back, they showed a montage of them hitting the ball hard. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I didn't see it.
They got some really good swings against Robbie Ray. He pitched just as badly as he had the entire season and just got baseball lucky. You know, I think the BABIP was incredibly, I would say, less than 100. Well, obviously the BABIP was 0 because nothing fell in for a hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, they got some good solid contact. 10 walks, and we fall a run short as they put runners at third base in the 7th and 9th inning and fail to get them in with less than 2 outs. Mm-hmm. Quite a day. Well, you know what? That's what today is for. It's for making up for yesterday. So let's get it started. It's the St. Louis doubleheader Cardinals. They're going to be traveling to the friendly confines, and finally, for the first time, it will be the friendly confines up there at Wrigley Field. This is a pretty bitter rivalry. This is 2 towns that don't like each other very much at all for a lot of reasons. Baseball certainly being included. First game of the doubleheader gets rolling at 5:15 Eastern time. The Cardinals will send Kwang Hyun Kim to the mound versus Kyle Hendricks for the Cubbies.
It's a bit of a mismatch, don't you think?
Bit of a mismatch, perhaps. Yeah, minus 162 for the Cubs, plus 149 for the Cardinals. 6.5 is your total, and let's remember, folks, that's your 7-inning total. Scott, do you have a play on this? Is there any way that we play? Kwang Hyun Kim, by the way, is pitched 1 inning so far this season. Gave up 2 hits and a run. So,
well, I have to lean to the Cubs. I am a bit concerned, though, about how they played against the Brewers over the weekend. They officially are on a 3-game losing streak. For the first time this season. And their bullpen is still terrible, which pretty much determined the series outcome against Milwaukee. I'm still going to be leaning to Hendricks because there's no way I can really back Kim here. But once again, I'm not really a big fan of backing teams in the middle of losing streaks. But I don't think that St. Louis is that good. So I'll lean to the Cubs on that one.
You know, and I've got a site that I use here. It's usually fairly good as far as starting pitchers. I've got the same starting pitchers listed for both games for the Cubs and Cardinals.
I actually wrote an article on both legs of the doubleheader, and I didn't know who was starting the second game. So I had to get creative with my paragraphs because I had no idea who was going to be pitching.
That must have been quite a I've got Alzolay for the Cubs against Gomber.
Sounds like a bullpen game.
8.5 is the total.
In a 7-inning game.
In a 7-inning game, yeah.
Right. Well, for game 1, I think we're both on Hendricks, right?
Yes, I don't know how you can bet against Hendricks there. I'd be tempted as far as value goes. Those run lines in the 7-inning games, they're just brutal.
I think the main disaster for this game is the fact that Kim's only gone 1 inning. So is St. Louis really about to blow through their entire bullpen the first game of a doubleheader?
Well, they're hoping they can get 2 innings out of him.
I'm just saying this is where it's headed. I know it's 7 innings, but if your starting pitcher is giving you 1, you're gonna have a lot of unavailable pitchers for game 2.
I would think if he can go 2 innings, Scott, and then you just have to have use 4 more pitchers because they're probably Cubs probably aren't coming out for the 7th.
That's fair. I'm just saying that based on who's starting game 2 or the projected starts for game 2, the Cardinals might need as many arms as they can for both of these games.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the phone to ring.
Yeah.
I'm close. So yeah, I think we both go with the Cubbies there. Just lay the juice. The run line gets too tricky at a 7-inning game with a home team, and 6.5 wind blowing in a little bit. Wind hasn't been a big factor at Wrigley this year. It's weird. You haven't seen it. You haven't seen the wind blowing out at all.
Can't say it's been much of a factor, but the Cubs have still been really good at Wrigley. Which is to the surprise of nobody. So what fans are not, the Cubs are always going to play well at Wrigley.
Now here's the game I earned a split yesterday. As I had the over, which looked really good after 2 innings, but it was not to be as the Yankees and the Red Sox go at it.
Britton gave you a bit of a sweat there with the run line.
What's that?
Britton gave you a bit of a sweat with the run line in the 9th.
Yeah, a little bit. I really saw that ending in a 5-4 Yankees win to screw me all the way around because I had the Yankees on the run line and I had over 9.5.
Tried to tag the runner out to end the game, drops the ball, see the guy at first, and you're thinking, oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out. So
I could see a 2-run, although he hadn't given up a homer since 1970.
2-run homer wouldn't have bothered you though, because then you would have had the 4-4 extra potentially gone for whatever. I think the main issue was, please don't end 4-3, and then I lose everything.
Right.
So yeah, it could have been worse. At least you split.
Yeah, it was all right. Just paid the juice there a little bit. So
Gary Sanchez kind of killed you on the team total though.
Bases loaded.
It's the Gary Sanchez special. He always strikes out with the bases loaded. It's his thing.
3 straight games with a home run. I figured, here we go. Sanchez can at least get a base hit, give me some runs.
Every time Sanchez is up, I'm shocked he touches the ball. Let alone the home runs he's had for the past 3 years.
I feel that way when he's catching the ball.
That's also true. He had a couple of really bad drops behind home plate yesterday.
And Scott, do you like A-Rod as a commentator?
A-Rod is one of those guys who I like his personality, and it seems genuine to me. So I know he's biased like crazy, but at least he's genuinely biased. He's not making anything up. And he always seems like he's commentating on Yankee games. But either or, I actually like A-Rod in the booth, but I can understand why a lot of people don't, because a lot of stuff he says is complete overreaction, hyperbole. So I can understand why you wouldn't like A-Rod, but I like his energy in the booth. I think he brings something to the table that most Sunday Night Baseball commentators have not had in a while.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're not a big A-Rod guy in the booth.
Oh, no, he's a whiny little bitch. So
that's fair. I'm just throwing it out there that
everything now is worse than it was when he played. Back when A-Rod played, the game was perfect, and now it's terrible. It sucks. Sanchez needs to get up off his knee. They need to get rid of this shift. Shut up.
I don't agree with the shift part. I think he's 100% right about Sanchez. He can't catch.
He couldn't catch when he wasn't on his knee. They got him off his haunches to give him a little bit better of a backstop.
I don't know. A-Rod doesn't bother me because I think he has a personality, and I think he needs it in the booth. But I can understand why people don't like him.
I get it. I have a personality too, and I
think A-Rod's a very smart guy when it comes to just baseball knowledge. So I kind of like his feedbacks when he's not completely biased, talking about how Aaron Judge is the savior of baseball. But yeah, I can understand why people don't like him. I'm not one of those people. I actually like A-Rod in the booth, but I see your point of view.
As far as the shift goes, as long as people are going to
get down the third baseline, there's nobody.
As long as people are going to continue to pull the ball until the teeth of the shift and refuse to bunt because they're too macho to do that.
They paid me $20 million. I can't bunt down the third baseline.
I got no sympathy, none.
Yeah, no, it makes. I don't understand the complaining about shifts, and you can make the argument it's bad for the game, whatever. And my response to you is, if you have a player on the floor who can't shoot threes, why would you guard him from the 3-point line? Right. Same idea. If you're going to pull the ball 90% of the time, why would you not put another defender over there?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's the thing. If you're going to keep doing it, the game changes.
$20 billion. I got to hit 40 home runs. Now I'm paying you to get on base. It's like the Moneyball situation. You're just talking to them. Yeah, no, I'm paying you to actually do something, not to strike out on 3 pitches. That's a whole ball in between the shortstop and the second baseman were both on the right side of the infield.
Yeah, I'd much rather they do something about somebody striking out 150 times being the norm.
Yeah, I know Matt Olson started doing that. He started bunting purposefully almost all the time to the left side.
Yep.
I would do it.
I think you are
I think you're kind of selfish if you're not trying to go the opposite.
You're negligent as a manager if you're not instructing your players to do that.
Not even just bunt. You could try to do some check. Any pitch on the outer half, you should be trying to go the opposite way.
Go the other way. Go the other way.
Tell the hitting coach to do that. I mean, I remember when I was in – I can't say I was ever competitively playing baseball, but I'm a lefty, if people didn't know. And I went to some baseball camps, whatever, and they used to shift me because naturally they think, oh, all lefties can't hit opposite field, and they shifted me. I would purposefully just go the other way all the time, and then they stopped shifting on me because they realized I actually knew how to go the other way, and nobody was there. So I would just hit it the opposite way, and I'd get a hit every time.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
All right.
But yet professionals get paid to hit dingers, so they don't care about actually getting on base.
Right. So as far as this game goes, Yankees still big favorite here. Of course, they are minus 151 plus 139 for the Sox. 10 is the total there in the Bronx. Martin Perez goes for the Red Sox against Jordan Montgomery. For the Yankees, I know, Scott, I know everybody's high on Jordan Montgomery. He's been up and down this season.
One really bad start, but other than that, though, he's been pretty good.
Yeah, and Martin Perez has had a decent season, not getting a lot of help.
Surprisingly, he's had a decent season.
Yeah, and not much help coming from the bullpen here. This is a pretty bad Boston bullpen. Their pitching staff, no one gives up more runs per game than Boston does. Any reason to take a stab with the Red Sox here, Scott, or does their what have they lost 10 straight to the Yankees at this point?
Something like that. Yankees have killed them in the past. I think the only angle you have for the Red Sox is if you're one of these believers in fading the sweep. I think that's really the only reason why somebody would bet the Red Sox. And there's no other reason to do it, because the Yankees are better in every capacity. They're the better starting pitcher. They're the better bullpen. Even with all the injuries, they still have the better lineup, in my opinion. It's close with the lineups nowadays based on how both teams have been producing lately. The Red Sox offense has kind of fallen asleep, and the Yankees offense, even though they had a pretty average performance yesterday, scoring 4, which seems like a season low because the Yankees have been averaging like 8 runs a game for the last week and a half.
Right.
I don't know what area the Red Sox have an advantage in. Definitely not manager, as I think Renege. I know that the team's not any good, but I don't think Renege is that good of a manager either.
No.
But I don't think he's good, but I don't think Boone's good either. But yeah, I think the Yankees have to be the move. But I think if you see money coming in on Boston, it's mostly just going to be a sweep fade situation, which we both agree is kind of
that's not a thing.
It's not a thing, but it's more of a thing in people's minds, especially square bettors, than I feel like it should be. You know what I mean?
It's the same people that played black because Reds hit 4 times in a row.
It's kind of the same logic.
It really is. It's gambler. If there's even a name for it, it's called the gambler's fallacy. Yes, that's absolutely true. I'm not going to get involved here. That's
I like Montgomery, so I'd personally lean to the Yankees run line, even at home. Yankees offense went quietly, struggled a bit. They scored 4 runs, which, the Indians would be thrilled to score 4 runs, but the Yankees do that on a terrible day. I'm assuming with Perez, Yankees have a lot of good righty bats. Red Sox bullpen's terrible. Perez doesn't eat up many innings. Yankees should probably score 6 or 7 here.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to play the first 5 under if I was going to get involved here at all. But I'm not going to play.
And Montgomery faced the Red Sox already this year. He pitched well.
He did. He did pitch well. Yankees won 5 straight. Boston's lost 7 in a row. I see no reason that doesn't continue.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, hot take. We both like the Yankees. Whoo, step back, everybody. Next game up on the board is the Toronto Blue Jays and the Baltimore Orioles. Hyun-Jin Ryu goes for the Birds, for the Bluebirds, and Alex Cobb, the newly reinvented and resurgent Alex Cobb, goes for the Baltimore Orioles.
I'm assuming we're both on the Orioles here, right, for the price?
It is a plus money situation on the Baltimore Orioles as they are catching plus 125, minus 135 is the Toronto number.
I'm going with Baltimore for the value there.
9 is your total. I don't see Ryu has pitched well this season.
Better. The main issue I have with Toronto, though, is that now Bichette's arguably out for the year.
He's at least out for this game. Yeah, he's out.
He's going to be out for a while. They said that his knee. They said his leg look. I think it was his knee. Was it his knee? They said it looks worse than anticipated, so he's probably going to be done for the year.
That's a heartbreaker too, because
he's a great player.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots on a Toronto defense that has struggled to score runs, certainly at times. So, I'm going to have to.
For value alone, I know Baltimore was supposed to be terrible this season. I don't know if they should be plus money against Toronto at this point.
No, and I like Alex Cobb quite a bit. And the thing about him, he's been able to avoid the bad start. He's had 4 pretty consistent starts. He's had one average start. He went 5 1/3, gave up 3 runs.
You take that. That's not even bad.
But yeah, you take that all day. Yeah, I see no reason not to play positive value here. You start laying money with the Toronto Blue Jays, and you are going to be out of a bankroll pretty darn quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, I think we're on board on that one, my friend. Here we go. How about this is how about the Washington Nationals and the Atlanta Braves? Atlanta's at home. Anibal Sanchez goes for Washington against Toussaint.
Yeah, so I hate Atlanta's offense. I think Atlanta's offense is terrible right now. But I know the total's going from 9.5 to 10.5. I don't know how you don't bet the over. It's just both pitchers are so bad. And I don't know. Atlanta's offense is terrible, but you could argue Washington team total, but you want Sanchez action because he's been terrible as well.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams should be able to score 5, but Atlanta's offense has taken a nap for the last week and a half because Acuna and people are still injured. So I still have to lean to the over. I can't lean under.
I've got a juice 10 right now, Scott. I've got 10 at -120, which would.
That's not bad. I've seen 10.5 in other spots.
Yeah, I would play. I would play 10. I'd probably
with these bullpens, they should get at least 4 innings of work. And both starters aren't even good to begin with.
Toussaint, he's when he's good, he's very good. He's had one very good start.
I saw him once. He pitched against the Yankees. He looked awful.
He was dreadful against the Yankees.
That's the only time I've ever seen him pitch, and not impressed. But small sample size. But no, even before then, his numbers were not good. They just weren't awful by any means. Now they look awful.
Well, coming into that start as a starter, he'd given up 3 earned and 10 2/3. So his numbers were pretty good coming into that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His numbers were fine, and then Yankees came up and his numbers imploded. But
yeah,
Anibal Sanchez is a guy with bad numbers.
That's a guy that has not had a good start this season. He has been consistently bad in each of his 3 starts. He hasn't given up less than 4 runs in any start. Yeah, I don't know how you don't fade him here.
Yeah, I'm going to lean to the over. I feel like
I think that's the play. I think the Braves win.
That's the official square play of the night, but I think you kind of have to play it.
Yeah, I think the Braves win this one, but I just don't want to get involved with that price and back Touki Toussaint. Sorry.
I'm going to take a -150 with the Braves at this point in the season, especially with all the injuries they're dealing with.
Right, with Toussaint and then the bullpen, I'm not getting involved there. I do like the over there, so especially if you can get it at 10. Moving on, we've got the Mets and the Marlins.
Are we both on the Marlins for value here?
-148 for the Mets, +137 for the Marlins.
I can't take the Mets after the weekend. I thought they might have been poised to make a run, not for a long period of time, but I figured they would cut into the deficit from Atlanta, and then they got smacked on back-to-back days against Philly over the weekend. They get swept, or they just lost the last 2?
I'd have to go back.
I know DeGrom got scratched and they lost, and I know they lost again yesterday because Wheeler pitched a gem, but I don't remember if they got swept or not. Either or, not a productive weekend against the Phillies. They got swept. They got swept.
I was going to say, I can tell you what the winnings with the
I just checked. They got swept. So I'm not backing a team that's starting Jesselman, who's terrible, in a bullpen game against Miami, who's still looked pretty decent. Have they slowed down a little bit lately? Yes. But I still think that New York shouldn't be this big of a favorite with Jesselman on the mound. I think that's a joke.
It is.
Yamamoto hasn't been good either.
No, Jordan Yamamoto has been dreadful.
Yeah, he's not been good. But I don't think the Mets off a 3-game losing streak should be roughly minus 160. So
no.
I got to lean to the Marlins here.
Yeah, give me last at bats and positive value here.
Mm.
I think that's the only way to play that. I'd also be tempted to play the over with 2 terrible pitchers going at it. But Yamamoto has a body of work. He was decent last year. Like a mid 4 ERA. I mean, he was serviceable. No, I got to play that small lean.
Yeah.
Towards the value there. What do we got next? We got Tigers and Red Sox.
White Sox, you mean?
Or White Sox? Yeah, sorry, the Red Sox.
Over.
Yankees.
Over. You got Boyd and Gonzalez going at it, 9.5. I think you got to take the over, right?
I don't see any way around that. It's
Shout out to the Tigers, by the way. Congratulations, you officially lost 20 straight games to the Indians. I'm proud of you.
That is an unbelievable domination.
Next level stuff. They've lost 20 games in a row to the Cleveland. I'm pretty sure 18 of those games on the run line. That is next level stupidity.
Awful.
But now they're playing the White Sox, and the White Sox had set a franchise record yesterday with home runs in 4 straight at bats. Unfortunately, when you do that, they're all solo shots, so they only count as 4 runs. But with Gio on the hill, Gio has not been terrible. He has not been great, but I could say that people probably expected the experiment to look a lot worse at this point in the season. Yep. And Boyd has been useless. And I like Boyd, but he's been insanely bad. So I got to go with the 9.5 over, especially with the bullpens involved. I think you should see runs. Yeah,
I think once you in Detroit's bullpen especially is dreadful. The
issue is that the Tigers are now missing Crone, who's one of their best power hitters.
Right.
But with these pitchers, I don't really know how else you can look at this matchup.
I'd be tempted to play the first half over as well.
Okay.
Probably looking at 5 there. I like over 9.5 for the full game better than that, though.
Yeah, I agree.
I really do. Fun fact: the Gonzalez actually has a higher WHIP than Matt Boyd does.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah, it is. It speaks to the ineptitude of the teams they've played. Mm-hmm. He has a WHIP over 2.03. So
that's fun.
Not good at all. Here's another wraparound series, Scott. You talked about you love seeing the Red Sox and Yankees play on Monday. How about seeing the Twins and the Royals finish up their series from Target Field?
I'll tell you what, though. I think that even though the Twins lineup is extremely stacked from top to bottom, maybe hot take here, your Royals should walk Nelson Cruz a little bit more. A little bit. I think you should probably be pitching around Nelson Cruz a bit more. Don't you think?
Well,
he's killed you this week. He's killed you this weekend.
Certainly would have worked out this weekend. Yeah, he.
What do you have? He had a home run each of the legs of the doubleheader, and he had a home run robbed.
Yeah.
Something. He was my. We did our award show before the season. I said Nelson Cruz was my long shot to win the AL MVP. Not looking too bad. I think it's Trout's award to lose now that both Judge and LeMahieu are on the IL. Cruz, though, he's batting .340 with like 8 home runs and 20-something RBIs. He's been great.
Yeah.
My sleeper. He's not going to win because he doesn't play the field and people factor that in for some reason. But he's been great, and I think your Royals should consider walking him in the future because it seems like he goes yard every time he swings the bat.
Yeah, and that seems unlikely to happen. So,
Bubik's going to groove one down the middle at some point in this game.
Oh. It's it is. It is. By the way, the pitching matchup on that is Chris Bubik going against. I don't know if it's Whistler or Weisler.
Yeah, I think it's Weisler. I'm not even sure, but I actually wrote an article about that one for winnersandwiners.com. Shocker! I took the Twins. I know, crazy stuff. Minus 160.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weisler's been pretty good, man. He's this is going to be his first start of the season, but he has.
He's an ERA below 2.
Yeah, 10 innings pitched, 2 earned runs given up, just 6 hits. He does tend to walk guys. He does tend to walk. He's had 5 walks in 10 innings. Unfortunately, that doesn't really come into play against the Royals. They don't really believe in walks. That's not their thing. So yeah, he's got good stuff. I don't know if this is going to be a bullpen game or if they actually have him stretched out where they think he's going to contribute starting innings. I would guess.
I'm assuming he'll probably eat up maybe 2 or 3 innings.
2 or 3 would be my guess. He's had 6 appearances and gone 10 innings. So I don't think this is a guy that's ready to throw, 80 pitches.
Yeah. I found a fun fact about this series, by the way. Did you know that each of the last 4 meetings have ended with the exact score of 4-2?
I did know that. Yeah.
Isn't that something? It means
something.
nothing. But all I know is the total's at 9.5, and I leaned to the under in my article because both teams this weekend. I know Cruz has been great. Both teams really not hitting the ball too well right now.
No, but I think that I don't know. We'll see about Bubik. I think he's got good stuff. I
understand why the total's at 9.5. I'm just saying, based on the production so far over the weekend, every game has totaled 6 runs or less.
Right.
So 9.5 seems a bit high at first glance.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Padres! I still hate you. Padres heading to Texas, taking on the Rangers in a
Texas. Low key. I know that. I think they lost yesterday, but Texas has been playing a lot better over the last 2 weeks or so.
Texas
falling apart.
They've
lost
Texas
5 in a row now.
You know what Texas's record is?
Are they at 500 or they're one behind?
They're 500, man.
Right now they're a playoff team because they're ahead of Houston, and they were our sleeper pick to make a potential playoff run.
Actually, Houston's 11-10. Houston's a half game.
I didn't realize Houston passed them. That's a shame.
Yeah, Houston's won 4 in a row. They've
good for them. They finally moved Altuve down in the lineup, and I guess it paid off.
Yeah, the Rangers going into yesterday were ahead of Houston, and then they switched positions.
I wasn't aware. I forgot that Houston ended up winning 4 in a row. But yeah, Texas has been playing a lot better lately. Do I think that they have an advantage in this game? I understand why money's coming on San Diego, but I don't want to back the team that's lost 4 straight. I got to lean Texas.
Zach Davies going against Jordan Lyles.
Lyles is not good. I'm aware that Lyles is not good, but
he's not
based
good.
on how the Padres have played in that bullpen, I got to lean to Texas at a plus price, right?
I'm leaning more under.
Okay. That's also a hold your nose play right there because Jordan Lyles can easily have some issues.
It is, and I like the value on the home team. I just cannot get behind Jordan Lyles at all.
Fair. I'm just going to lean to the home team because I don't think the Padres right now should be roughly minus 140. I just don't see it.
I think you sort of make a case that the Padres aren't minus 140 over anyone in Major League Baseball right now.
Maybe the Pirates, but yes.
Well, I said Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Scott.
Sorry, forgot.
Rockies and Astros. Oh, Rockies. That was fun for a while, wasn't it?
Well, speaking of teams that have collapsed in the NL West, we got the Rockies, even though they won yesterday. I'm still leaning to the Rockies in this game. I know that Houston's won 4 in a row, but I like Freeland, and I've told you before that I think that people overreacted to his poor season last year. And I think they're ignoring the fact that before last year, which has looked like an anomaly, he was looking like one of the brighter pitchers coming up in baseball, and he's looked pretty solid so far this season. Now, the Rockies' bullpen's terrible. I'm aware. Yeah. I'd probably take the Rockies' first 5 because I think Freeland is a pitcher who I think he's probably the best pitcher on the staff right now. It's I'm fine with backing Freeland.
I took a 2-1 spin on Seattle yesterday, and just about pulled it off. It was tied going into the bottom of the 9th, and they just couldn't get over the hump there.
Well, that's also why Houston's won 4 in a row. They've won 22 of the last 24 meetings against Seattle.
Yes, they beat up badly on Seattle. That's exactly right. 22.
That's what I'm saying. So 4 in a row, congratulations. But the 2 of us on a roster might be able to beat Seattle.
I'd consider playing first 5 under in this.
I'm assuming you agree, though, that for pitching matchup-wise, there are not many pitchers you'd rather have in Colorado. Maybe Marquez, but Freeland's a very slept-on pitcher in the league. And for value alone, I think you'll agree with that.
Yeah, and he's back. Colorado's undefeated in his 4 starts. And
a plus price in the first 5, I'll take that.
Yeah, I think either play there is good. Colorado first 5. or under in the first 5. Bialik has been very good. 1.80 ERA, 1.2 WHIP. He does walk a few guys, but I do like. Yeah, I'll take the value there and the under, especially first 5 under.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really want to bet on Colorado's bullpen at this point.
Yeah, and the next matchup we have between two teams that had weekends they kind of want to forget, wouldn't you say?
You got the A's and the Diamondbacks.
Oh no, I was talking about the Giants and Angels.
Okay, yeah, I've got. Let's do that one first. Yeah, that is
two not so good weekends. I know I actually live bet the Dodgers on Saturday night when they were going extras, and I won. I never thought I would see Kenley Jansen pitch to Trout with a guy on third base, 2 outs. Struck him out on 3 pitches. I was pleasantly surprised. But I don't know why the hell you'd pitch to Trout there. But Jansen, he's a savage, I guess. Good for him. Yeah, but overall, the Giants had, I don't want to say they had 2 games handed to them on a platter, but, you blow 2 leads by scoring 7 runs against Oakland on Friday and Saturday. You choke it, and then Sunday you respond by giving up 15. Yeah, not too good.
No.
And the Angels, I'll give them a bit of a pass because they played the Dodgers, and the Dodgers look like they're about to go on some massive winning streak. So I'm leaning Angels, mostly because it's just a fan of the Giants at this point in the season, as the Giants seem completely cooked. But I'm not really thrilled about either. I'd probably lean to the Angels team total over.
That's not bad. Tyler Anderson goes for San Francisco against Griffin Canning for the Angels. Both these guys, yeah, not good.
You think Trout goes yard again today?
I think it's very possible. I think it's. I'm trying to see how many.
One thing about the Angels that's actually that's somewhat optimistic, even though the team hasn't really done well lately. At least Rendon started hitting.
Yeah.
He was terrible for the first 15 games. Now he's finally hitting home runs.
Starting to earn some of that money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm the Angels a big favorite there, -165. I want no part of that.
Probably Angels team total over then.
Yeah, which is I don't even know about that because I'm sure it's going to be 5.5.
Well, based on how the Giants have been pitching, I feel like, and that bullpen, that 5-run 9th inning bullpen that the Giants are known for.
Never say die.
5.5.
Never say die, baby. All right, yeah, I'm not getting involved in that. But if I had,
it's not a great number for value, but I think you'll agree with me. We're both leaning Angels, but the price isn't great.
Yep, agreed. A's and Diamondbacks. This is according to the odds makers, should be the most competitive game on the board today.
These are 2 of the most slept-on pitchers in the league. Bassett's been very solid for Oakland, and Gallen, as you know, is one of my favorite number 3 starters in the league.
I still have a hard time believing Miami parted with him, but
he's really good. He's really good.
He is really good, and
his glasses look a little bit Tyler Clippard-ish, but he's very talented.
How do you like the look of Randy Dobnak, by the way?
I can't argue with success, man. Dress for success. That's what they say in the business, and Dobnak knows what he's doing.
He looks like somebody from the past, and I'll think of it at some point. But he with the Fu Manchu and the glasses,
fantastic.
Randy Dobnak. Yeah, two very good pitchers here. I'm
leaning first 5 under in this one.
I think that's the play. I think that's absolutely the play.
Arizona's bullpen's too bad. I don't want to get involved.
Is it going to be anything different than 4.5? Is what I think here. Let me look real quick. 5, Scott. I'll take that.
Under. Yeah. I know Oakland's hit the ball well, but with these 2 starters, Bassett is one of those guys who could blow up occasionally, but as a whole, people keep sleeping on him, and he's been a very solid pitcher in Oakland's rotation, going back to last year as well.
He's undefeated in his 4 starts, 4-0 in Chris Bassett starts.
Yeah, he's been good, and Gallen we've talked about before. He's guy's got skills, so I'm going to lean to the under 5 there.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite plays, I think, on the board right there. That first 5 under 5. What do we got left? Okay, we have
a little bit of a mismatch in the finale today.
It looks like it should be, Scott. We have the Dodgers and the Mariners. We want to play the Dodgers here, Scott? -288.
I don't know what the Dodgers team total is going to be. Probably what is it, like 5.5?
5.5 for the Dodgers against the Mariners.
And that's with the juices on the over.
You can. The juice on the over is minus 130 on that 5.5.
Oh, God. Uh,
Because you know it's
I
not.
have to lean. I know Dunn's been okay here and there, but for the most part, he's not any good. And we've talked about how bad the Seattle bullpen is for a while. Mookie's
Yes.
finally hitting again. Bellinger's woken up a little bit. Muncy's still great. They got a lot of talent, and the Dodgers look like they're on the warpath right now. I'll go with the Dodgers team total over.
They just keep coming at you. This it's one of those teams that really is able to threaten you from 1 through 9.
Yeah.
There isn't a weak spot.
You throw in Taylor, you throw in Hernandez, Turner. They got so many pieces.
And this is Seattle Penn for what it's worth. They have been.
I can't say that they've been as bad as they were to start the season. They've arguably been worse. No, they've just been really bad.
Yeah, they've gotten better.
Their bullpen should technically be worse though, because Nestor Cortez started for the Mariners, but he's technically a bullpen guy and he gave up 9 runs in an inning. But technically that should be bullpen ERA, but it's not because he started the game.
It's not. Yeah, this is a bullpen that has a sparkling 6.28 ERA as a pen. They're a little better on the road, about 5.5, 5.43 on the road. Dodgers pen, not surprisingly, they're good everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would play the
minus 130 is not fun for a team probably not batting in the 9th, but
no,
they can easily score 7-8 runs in this game.
Agreed. I got a couple bets I'm not thrilled with there. I would probably lean Dodgers team total over just because.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
All right, there you go. And then, do we talk about? Well, I mean, we could talk about the second game with the Cards and the Cubs, but we have no pitchers listed. So,
well, it's a fun fact though. It's one of the rare home road games where the Cubs are playing in Wrigley and they're the road team for game 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I see that. Oh, and I do actually have the pitchers I have listed. I don't know if you have this, Scott. I've got Alzolay and Gomber. We talked about that a little bit.
You told me that. It sounds like a bullpen game to me. You said the over-under was 8.5 in a 7-inning game.
Yes.
I have no interest. I'm passing. That's just
no a bullpen game for the second game.
Not great. That can go either way.
Good luck. Like I said, my phone could be ringing here in a couple hours. So I want nothing to do with that. I may have a play on that as game time.
I'll probably lean to the Cardinals as an underdog there because both bullpens are not great. I think the Cardinals bullpen is better than Chicago. So I guess for value, you look towards the better bullpen in the bullpen matchup. But I'm not a fan of either team for that spot.
Well, they should certainly be fresher.
Yeah.
And the St. Louis pen has been a
lot better than Chicago's.
Been serviceable. The Cubs pen 5.58 ERA.
Yet they have one of the best records in the league.
Nobody really wants to talk about that terrible Chicago pen, but I think it could come back to haunt them. So, and they've been even worse on the road. Of course, this really isn't a road game, so
yeah,
that doesn't come into play. But okay, all right, very good. There's some opportunity out there. I think there's a couple of sharp lines. I think they're figuring it out with some of these teams as they kind of reveal who they are. I think our fun runs of the three-headed monster of Colorado and Baltimore and Miami. The bloom may be coming off the lily there just a little bit. I think
a little bit. You still see all those teams as underdogs against terrible pitchers coming up for today. Not the Rockies so much, but even with Freeland, I don't know if they should be that big of an underdog. But yeah, they're slowly but surely figuring it out. But I still think they haven't fully adjusted as much as they need to. I still think Miami makes the playoffs here. I think it's possible, but we'll see.
All right, there you go. All right, Scott. Well, thanks a lot for doing this. Of course, it's Monday. Hope everybody has a great week. Let's kick it off in style, picking up a few ducats here on Major League Baseball. We got sports all day, Scott. That's what matters. We got basketball, we got baseball,
and hockey.
Got some hockey. Congratulations to the Islanders, by the way.
Not celebrating anything until it's over, but yes, so far so good. 3 games, 3 wins.
Never lost a series. They had a 3-0 lead, Scott. We're fine.
It's
over.
Hopefully.
It's over.
I'm a Yankees fan. I'm automatically thinking of 3-0. I can't view 3-0 the same way as if I'm a Yankees fan. It's a rule. I just can't view it the same way as other people.
You sound like Virginia with a 1 seed.
Oh, yeah. Until they actually won the whole thing, I don't think anybody in Virginia was really excited about the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mhm.
All right, guys, for myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at Winners and Winers, hey, don't forget to stop by and check out Winners and Winers. It's the straw that stirs the drink, everybody. Deep dives into all these games. And, of course, Scott and I will be doing videos throughout the day. We've already put up a few, and we'll be putting up a few more with breakdowns of some of our favorite handicappers' picks on these games as well. So for all of us over here at Winners and Winers, we appreciate you stopping by. And as always, drop us a comment. Let us know what you're playing. Let us know if you're enjoying the show, anything like that. And, of course, we'll be back and do it all again tomorrow. We'll talk a little NBA, talk a little MLB on Today in Sports Betting. You guys take care. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.